did something occur between the St. Joe's 3 individuals that you just indicated, as well as the Shelton High School students?
Yes.
And what happened?
There was a fight.
Okay. And were you present when that fight took place?
Yes.
And when you say present, how close to the fight were you?
I was very close. I was trying to break it up.
Okay. Before we proceed, I am going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 53. May I approach the clerk, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you.
Emily, you have a screen in front of you here.
Yes.
Looking at State 53, do you recognize the individual in this photograph?
Yes.
And who are those individuals?
Jack Snyder in the red and Lito in the blue.
And looking at State 53, do you remember Lito, as you just indicated, wearing that helmet as well as the pillow around his neck?
Yes.
Okay. And from your recollection from that night at the party, do you recall if the defendant showed up wearing this helmet and the pillow, or did he retrieve it at the party?
He got it at the party.
Do you recall whose helmet that is that he's wearing?
I do not know exactly.
Okay. And when the fight broke out that you observed, do you recall if the defendant was wearing that helmet during the fight?
He was.
Okay. Now, directing your attention back to the party that night, what was happening at the party? Was there drinking going on? Were there games being played? Explain.
Yes, there was drinking going on, and there was some games being played, like beer pong and other drinking games.
Okay. What type of alcohol was being consumed, if you recall?
Mostly beer and some alcoholic, like seltzers.
Had you been drinking?
Yes.
How many alcoholic beverages had you consumed?
I don't remember.
Were you, had you been drinking to the point where you were drunk, not able to stand, or?
No, no.
Okay. And you indicated you had driven to the party that night?
Yes.
Now, did you observe Lito or Raul drinking that night?
Yes.
And looking at State 53, do you see the blue liquid that the defendant is holding in his hand there?
Yes.
Do you recall what that is? Or do you know what that is? Now, the individuals that arrived from Shelton High School, as you indicated, do you know the names of those individuals?
I did not at the time, but I did later learn that it was Griffin and Ryan.
Okay. And when you say later on, did you have interactions with them?
Yes. After the fight, one of my friends drove them away.
And is that when you learned their names?
Yes, yeah, in the car.
Now, when, as you indicated, Ryan and Griffin arrived at 5 Lazy Brook, if you can recall, or if you observed, how did the defendant, Jack, and Tyler Da Silva react?
They did not want them there.
Okay, and how do you know that? What were they doing, without going into what they were saying, how were they observed?
Trying to kick them out.
Okay. Would you say it was a bit of a hostile interaction?
Yeah.
Now, at some point, you indicated a fight broke out. Do you recall what that fight was over?
It was over like a little case of beer.
Okay, and when you say it was over a little case of beer, explain.
Lito and like the others had taken it from them and wanted them to leave, and Ryan wanted the beer back and then he would leave, but so that's why they fought over the alcohol. Okay.
Were you standing there when were you observing this? You were observing the beer being taken and then Ryan wanting that beer back?
Yes.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did the boys from St. Joe's give the beer back to Ryan at that point?
No.
Okay. And because the beer was not given back, what occurred?
That's when the fight broke out.
And when you say a fight broke out, you indicated you observed the fight?
Yes.
To your recollection, explain what you observed when the fight happened.
I saw Lito punch Ryan from behind, and then that's when everyone started fighting.
Emily, you saw yourself walking towards the fight. Is
Yes.
that you?
Yes.
In State 58, what are you doing at that point?
I'm trying to break it up, like push people away.
What did you do to break it up? What did you physically do?
I was trying to like push like people with like my hands.
So you had hands on people?
Yes.
Okay. Were you successful in getting anyone off, anyone at all?
No.
And how close were you to the fight when you observed the defendant headbutt Ryan?
A foot or two.
Okay. And did you recall, withdrawn, after he headbutted, what occurred after that?
Then the fight pretty much subsided.
After the fight had ended, is it fair to say that the party kind of dissipated at that point?
Yes.
Okay. And how did the party dissipate?
people were just starting to like be kicked out, basically.
Who kicked them out?
I think the parents, I'm not completely sure.
As you were leaving withdrawn, did you leave the party at that point?
Yes.
Okay, and how did you leave?
I left in a Jeep that my friend was driving.
Okay, so you had indicated earlier that you had driven to the party.
Yes.
Did you leave your car?
Yes.
Okay, why did you go in the Jeep with your friends?
We were taking Ryan and Griffin away to wherever they needed to go.
Did you have an opportunity to observe any injuries on Ryan Hines?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you observe on him?
His mouth was bleeding and his nose was bleeding.
And withdrawn. Whose Jeep was it that you got into?
I believe that it was my friend Izzy's.
Okay, and where did Izzy go to after you left the party?
After she was driving us?
Yep.
I think we went back to my house after the night was over.
Did she drop off Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, do you
Yes.
recall where she dropped them off?
I do not remember.
And was it just you, Ryan, Griffin, and Izzy in the vehicle? Or were there other individuals in the?
There were other people.
May I approach counsel, Your Honor?
Yes. Thank you. Is this 59?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Any objection, Attorney Smith?
Your Honor, I'd like to see the foundation
Okay,
laid.
all right.
Emily, I'm showing you what's been marked as State 59 for ID purposes only. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you recognize that photograph as?
It was a picture that we took on top of the Jeep.
Okay, do you
after the
recall
fight.
who took this photograph?
It was me.
It was you, and it was a selfie?
Yes.
Okay, and was this photograph taken after the fight had broken up and before you left the party?
Yes.
For Izzy to drive?
This was still on Lazy Brook Street.
Okay. Does this picture fairly and accurately depict how you all were situated as you were leaving the party that night?
Yes.
Is there anything different in this photograph that you can point out that was different at the time of?
Not that I can see.
I'd like to do this with both of you, Your Honor.
Attorney Smith?
No objection.
All right. Court will accept into evidence States 59 as well. Thank you.
Emily, I'm showing you State 59, which is now a full exhibit. Emily, do you recognize these individuals in this photograph?
Yes.
Okay. And this individual right here, who's that?
That's me.
Okay. And the individual back here, who's this?
That's Ryan.
Okay. And the individual back here, who's that?
That's Griffin.
Okay. And the person who drove the Jeep, Izzy, where is she in this photograph?
The far left.
Far left. So over here?
Even more like near the bottom left of the picture.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And how soon after you took this photograph did you leave the party?
I believe right away, but I can't be sure.
Okay. And other than what you testified here to today, is there anything else that you can recall from that party regarding the fight that broke out at 5 Lazy Brook?
No, I cannot.